Welcome to PolyU Radio. The number of incidents which related to the teen's love affair is rising. According to a survey conducted by the Breakthrough, the percentage of students who have faced relationship problems and the percentage of students who felt frustrated with relationship problems are 70% and 30% respectively. Therefore, we would like to look into teenagers' attitude and find ways for handling relationship problems. Recently, there were two love dispute murder cases causing a great sensation. Let's have an overview of these two cases.
麥記三角戀，青年毀美少女容跳樓。
1 month ago, a 23-year-old young lady was attacked by her ex-boyfriend and being slapped more than 20 times. She got disfigurements and lost 3 of her fingers after the incident. After 1 week, similar incident happened on a 17-year-old young lady. Her ex-boyfriend used a hammer to smash her head, which caused her afterbrain hurt seriously. The disputes broke out while the young ladies refused the appeal from their ex-boyfriends to rebuild their relationships. Both of the murderers commit suicide after the killing. Why do they choose such way to handle their problem, even end up their life and their beloved one? Let's analyze the similarities of these two cases. Both young ladies still keep the ambiguous relationship after they broke up. This misled the young man that they still have a chance to be together. On the other side, both young men want to get their ex-girlfriend back desperately. They brought along the weapons as they had a plan to kill their ex-girlfriend and commit suicide once they knew their partner decided not to make up the relationship. The ways the two young ladies used it to handle relationship problems are improper, and the action taken by the young man are in the extreme ways. Regarding this issue, we had interviewed the peer group studying in PolyU and a social worker to have more understanding of teenage relationship problems. Our reporter Donabelle On will carry out the interviews.
This is interview with Henrik Lee, who is a PolyU student. Hi Henrik, have you ever felt frustrated about the love issue?
Sometimes, yes.
Can you share the most serious one?
Last time I quarreled with my girlfriend. She was angry with me as she saw that I hung out with a girl. She thought that I was dating with her. What she thought was not the truth, and I tried to explain to her, but she did not listen to me and slapped on my face. I was really hurt and annoyed. I was very emotional next day, and I was unable to work well. My boss was dissatisfied with my performance and scolded at me. Oh, what a day.
How did you solve it?
I was really upset. After talking with my friends and shared the feeling, I felt better. When I back home, I tried not to think of it. The next day, I called my girlfriend to share my feeling and explain to her about the fact. At last, she knew that it was just a misunderstanding.
Thanks for your time, Henrik. This is an interview with Jacqueline Chan, who is a PolyU student. Hi Jacqueline. Have you ever frustrated about the love issue?
Yes.
Can you share the most serious one?
Yes, it was a crazy experience. When I was in secondary school, I got a boyfriend who stayed with me about 3 years. But we went to different college after the HKCE, and I found that there was a girl who always stuck with him. He explained that they were friends only and I trusted him. But later on, I saw they hugged together on the street, and I felt extremely depressed. I wanted to get back my boyfriend, so I threatened him if he didn't break up with that girl. And I would hurt myself. I used a cutter to cut my wrist to show that I really loved him and I couldn't stand losing him. Yet he didn't back to me.
So how did you solve it?
3 of my best friends were staying with me every day and giving me consultation. When I looked at the scar on my wrist, I thought I was very immature and that bad guy was not worth for me to do that. And after a couple of months, I recovered.
Thanks for your sharing. Today, I'm happy to interview Mr. Ben Lau, who is a social worker working in social welfare department. Hi, Ben. Recently, there were two tragedies happened related to teenage love affair murder. It was a real shock to society. As a social worker, what is your view towards these two tragedies?
Certainly, I feel very sorry for this incident, as it could have been avoided. Looking back to these tragedies, it seems like most people are likely to blame the murderers. But when we analyze the whole story, both of the victims and murderer have to bear responsibility. Nowadays in our society, most of our teenagers are not mature enough to deal with the relationship. Once there is a conflict, they tend to argue or stop their relationship. Probably, the communication between couples is lacking and not considerate to each other. In this case, the couples choose to end their relationship in an extreme way. I believe if the communication is better, it could be another story.
According to some research, the family background will affect one's personality, especially their attitudes towards relationship. What is your opinion?
It could be one of the critical factors. Imagine if you are living in a single family. Single parents are often working parents because someone needs to earn money to pay for living. Most of them have no time to take care of their children. As a result, when the children grows up, they tend to rely on their boyfriends, girlfriends physically and emotionally, and have no confidence with the relationship, maybe because of their parents' experience.
As a social worker, can you give some suggestions to our audience how to handle if there is relationship problem?
First, talk over. The first thing you should do is to talk about the problem with your partner. This gives you the chance to express and communicate that you are not happy with the situation in the relationship. But remember, not just be centered on yourself. Second, I will suggest to seek counseling if neither of you will compromise. This time you may need the advice of a counselor who could provide a more neutral opinion of what they see as the problem with your relationship.
Lastly, as you said, not just be centered on yourself. Could you please explain?
The important thing is to find the core problem of the relationship and not to blame your partner's fault. They should handle the situation in a comfortable way and honestly share their feelings from their heart.
Thanks for your time.
After studying these two cases and the social workers feel, it could be suggested that the communication among teenagers are lacking. There is often short of experience that teaches them what true love is, such as how to go through harsh times, how to care a person in a relationship. Even if the relationship is not working at the end, you should understand why it is over and you want to end things. You can be absolutely honest with your partner and true to yourself. If you found the relationship cannot be reinstated, you should accept it. Be positive and believe you will meet your Mr. or Mrs. Right one day. There is no right or wrong for the relationship. Argument is not going to help. To maintain a peaceful atmosphere, that is very important for you and your partner solving problems smoothly. This is Angel Jen of Polyo Radio. Have a nice day.